All right, hey guys, this is going to be our third day of lesson 7.1. We're going to keep working with angles, but today we're going to be solving some problems. So please make sure you have your math book ready to go. When you are done with your math book at the end of the hour, please put it back neatly. Please make sure you have your notebook and your calculator. All right, just as a quick warm-up to review what we've been doing in class the past few days, could you find basically all of these other angles in this picture if I just give you one of them? So it says the measure of angle 2 is 42 degrees. So if I go ahead and measure 42 degrees here, or write 42 degrees here, can you find a lot of the other angles? Which angles can you find? I want you to pause the video and just think about some that you can find. All right, so if I know angle 2 was 42, then I know this one right here is also 42 degrees because it is a vertical angle, and vertical angles are equal. Okay, I could also figure out angle 1 because those two angles, if you put your arm down, I can't really do it on here, but if you put your arm down, they make a straight line. So if I would do 180, take away 42, I would get 138. Okay, if that one's 138, so was angle 3. All right, so we kind of have that. Now, you guys might notice that these two lines are cut by a transversal. Okay, so if I have this one here and I dragged it down here, this is in the exact same spot. So angle 7 would also need to be 42 degrees. Well, if I have that one, I know angle 10 is also 42. Okay, angle 6, they kind of gave us already, 90 degrees. So that's kind of nice. Now, since I can't put my pencil down or my arm down, I'm gonna make a straight line with these three. So if I look at these three, this is just one way to do it. I know all three of them make 180. All right, well, if I have 90 plus 42 is 132, and if I take that away from 180, it looks like I end up with 48. So this one's 48. Now, if you know that one, the vertical one to that is angle 5, which is also 48. And now I just need to find angle 9. That is the last one that is left. So again, lots of ways you could do it. I'll just do one. What if I took these three? They make a straight line. So I have 42 and 48, which is 90. Take away 90 is another 90. And you guys might have said like, hey, those are vertical already. So you could have found it that way too. Now that was just one way to find all those angles. All right, so today we are going to still be able to find missing angles when I have parallel lines cut by a transversal. Today we're going to solve some problems with angles. So we're going to kind of apply what we've learned the last couple days. All right, let's open your math book up to page 389 and let's try out this problem. It says, in this photo of the bridge, line A is parallel to line B. Okay, so if you see the two lines, they're kind of right here, line A and line B in orange. It tells us that the measure of angle 1 is 16x and angle 2 is 10x plus 30. I want to find angle 3. Now, first thing I would probably do is I'm going to redraw that picture. I don't really like it when it's like on top of a picture, so I'm going to kind of just draw it out. All right, and I'm going to label, well, angle 1's here, angle 2 is here, angle 3 is here. Then I'm going to label, I could put some arrows. I think you guys have this whole page you could use. Then I'm going to label what I know. So angle 1 is really 16x. That's how much it measures. Angle 2 is 10x plus 30. I don't know angle 3. All right, we're going to have to use a lot of things that we know to solve this problem. So first thing I'm going to think, okay, if I look at angle 1 and angle 2, I want to know what kind of angles are they. So think about the type of angles we learned this lesson. Are they corresponding? Are they alternate interior? So alternate interior, or are they alternate exterior? Okay, so if I look at them, if I took angle 1, if I took this part right here and I slid it over here, looks like angle 1 and angle 2 are in the exact same spot. So that means they're corresponding. They kind of match up. Another way to think of it is if I drew a box here and I drew a box here, that one's here, that one's in the same spot in the box. So they're corresponding, so they're equal or congruent. So basically, I'm going to just write an equation that says they're equal. I'm going to say that this one, angle 1, 16x, is equal to this angle 2, 10x plus 30. Now again, you can fit this wherever you want. Let's go ahead and try to solve it. So draw your line down. I'm going to start by taking 10x away from both sides. I end up with 6x equals 30. Okay, my last step is I'm going to divide by 6. So I end up with x equals 5. Now, I'm not done. That's not what the problem asked for. That's just kind of one little thing. So I know x is 5. So if I want to come back to this angle here, and let's find out what it actually equals. I'm going to do 10 times 5 plus 30. Well, 10 times 5 is 50, plus 30 is 80 degrees. So angle 2 actually measures 80 degrees there. Now, again, that was not the question. I want to find angle 3. Well, I could probably find that pretty easily. Look at angle 2 and 3. They make a straight line together. Kind of hard to tell in my picture, but they make a straight line here. So together they make 180. So if this one's 80, well, to make 180, that would just leave me with 100 degrees. So this one right here is 100 degrees. Now I probably could find angle 1 as well. If it's in the same spot as angle 2 here, that they're equal, so this would also be 80. Now I could find lots of angles. This would have to be 80, this would have to be 100, 100. I could find all of the angles once I know one. All right, let's go to page 389 and try another one. It says in this painting here, line A and B are parallel. So that's important. This only works for parallel lines. It says the measure of angle 1 here is 5x plus 24, and the measure of angle 2 is 7x. So I'm going to kind of underline that. So first thing that you might want to do is kind of up to you. It's hard for me to label it on the picture, so I'm just going to sort of redraw it here. Same exact picture. And instead of angle 1, I'm going to put 5x plus 24. And instead of angle 2, which is over here, I'm going to put 7x. All right, so now I'm going to kind of think, what type of angles are these? So I need to classify them first. So if I look, I have one here, one here. So you guys know in the past couple days we talked about, okay, so here's my two parallel lines. Are they outside or inside them? Well, they're definitely outside them. And they're on alternating sides. So these are alternating exterior angles. Now, we wrote some stuff down in our notes about alternating exterior angles. They are congruent, or they are equal. So I'm going to write an equation that says they're equal. I'm going to say 5x plus 24 equals 7x. So now we want to solve for x to see what it equals. So I'm going to take away 5x from both sides. I get 24 equals 2x. You guys are pretty good at this. Divide by 2. So x equals 12. All right, not my question though. The final question up here, it says, can you find the measure of angle 1? So I need to come back to angle 1, which is there on the picture, or right here. So to find out what it measures, I'm going to do 5. Instead of x, I'll put a 12 plus 24. Okay, so if I'm going to work that out, again, you guys can use a calculator. 12 times 5 is 60. And then plus 24 gives me 84 degrees. So this angle right here measures 84. Now I want you on your picture to pause the video. I want you to label all the rest of the angles that you could find. Can you find every other angle on this picture? So pause and try that. All right, so if that one's 84, then this one right here is a vertical angle. That's also 84. Okay, if I just take this picture and I slid this over here, the corresponding angles would need to match up. So this would have to be 84, and so would this. Okay, if I know that, I know two angles right next to each other that make a straight line, like these two, make 180. So if one's 84, I can do 180, take away 84, which gives me 96. If that one's 96, this one's vertical, 96. And then they have to be the same over here for these two. So we just found all of those angles. All right, so now let's go ahead and actually try one in your notebook so you have a good example in your notes. So if you just want to go to your notebook page and write examples, it's still angles. So if you need a title, you know, that can still be angles. So 3-day lesson, we have a lot of notes. I want you to go ahead and draw this picture out. So I'll give you a minute to pause the video. Why don't you draw this out, and then why don't you try it without my help? And then push play when you're ready to watch the solution. All right, so first thing that you guys want to think about is what type of angles are 1 and 7? Okay, so if I look at my parallel lines, obviously they're not inside them. They would be in there. They're not in the same spot. Like 1 here and this one, those are in the same spot. If I look at 1 and 7, it looks like they're on opposite sides of the transversal. So they're opposite sides and on the outside. So they are alternate exterior angles. So you might want to put that in your notes first. Okay, and what do we know about alternate exterior angles? Well, we know they are congruent or equal. So if we know that, then, again, I can kind of label the angles here. Sorry, the one kind of went away. It says 1 is 8x plus 9, that's what it measures, and 7 is 10x minus 15. So I just said that they are equal. So I'm going to write an equation that says they're equal. 8x plus 9 equals 10x minus 15. All right, I'm going to draw my line down, and now I'm going to solve this. I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides. I get 9 equals 2x minus 15. And then I'm going to add 15 to both sides. I get 2x equals, if I add 9 and 5, I get 24. And then finally divide by 2, so x equals 12. Now, that is not my answer. The question says, what is the measure of angle 1? Well, if I go back to angle 1 here, this is angle 1 up here, I'm going to do 8 times 12 plus 9. And if I work that out, I get 105. So this angle measures 105 degrees. Now, if I asked you to find some other angles, I would say, hey, this one's 105 because it is vertical. I would say, hey, maybe I'll just grab a yellow highlighter. If this one's 105, then down here, that's also 105. If that one's 105, then that one's 105. And then I could also find the other ones. These two together make 180. So I could do 180 minus 105, which is 75. If that one's 75, that one's 75. And then so are these up there. And now I just found actually every angle. All right, now you're going to be trying the problems from your math book on page 391 and 392 to practice this.